Students, today we are going to start a new lesson, what is called gravitation. Gravitation, that is related to the gravity force. There are two terms, force of gravitation and force of gravity. Force of gravitation means every body in the universe attracts every other body with a force. Any two bodies you see, mere any two bodies, two chalk pieces you take in your two hands and kept at a distance between them, then there will be force of attraction between them. This is what is called force of gravitation. Suppose I take a piece of chalk and drop it, that goes and fall down on the floor because the earth is attracting it. The force of attraction between earth as one body, another body is just a mere body, then this force of attraction is called force of gravity. So actually force of gravity and force of gravitation both are same. But in the case of earth, you will especially speak gravity, and in the case of two mere bodies, you will term this as force of gravitation, right? So whenever we talk about gravitation, the point that strike the mind is a force. That force is explained by universal law of gravitation. Universal law of gravitation was first explained by Sir Isaac Newton. According to this, every body attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to the product of the masses of the bodies and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So two bodies are, when kept at a distance d apart, then there will be a force of attraction acting between them, and this force of attraction, according to Sir Isaac Newton, is given by F is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So it is explained with the help of a diagram here. This is a mass m1, this is a mass m2, they are kept at a distance, actually it is not d2 but it is only d only, right? That you will change, it is d. And from these two centers of the bodies, if a line is drawn, along this line a force of attraction is acting. The first body attracts the second body with a force, but that is what is called F21. That means force acting on body 2 by 1 is called F21, and the first body is attracted by the second body by a force, that is what is called F12 and F21. But actually these two forces are equal in magnitude, but they are acting in opposite direction. But these two forces are not acting on the same body but on different bodies. Therefore these two are not cancelling forces. So in a large duration of time, they will come closer and closer, and this force is called the force of gravitation. So force of gravitation, F is directly proportional m1 m2 by d square, and that is equal to a constant g into m1 m2 by d square, where m1 and m2 are the masses of the bodies kept at a distance away from each other, and d is the distance between them. It is not d2, but you will remove this 2 when you draw the diagram. Am I correct? G is a constant proportionality called universal gravitational constant is called. Universal gravitational constant is called because it is used for any two bodies anywhere in the universe. It can be used for micro-sized body and also macro-sized bodies, right? Atomic particle to galactic size particles also the same law can be applied. That is why it is called universal law of gravitation, right? So in this case the value of G is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square Newton square per kg square, right? Newton meter square per kg square. You have to put a negative sign also here, I am very sorry, right? Okay, 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 1 Newton meter square per kg square. It is not simply kg square, you have to just put a negative sign, that is why I am mentioning it. When I wrote notes I missed it. So it is a weak force, that is gravitational force is a very weak force, because when two bodies are kept at a distance between each other, they will come closer and closer and closer and will hit with each other after long, so many years time it will take. That is why it is a very weak force. It is not a strong force just like electrostatic force or magnetostatic force. So it is a magnetostatic force is a very strong force, electrostatic force is also a strong force, but gravitational force is a weak force. This force is also a central force, it is called. Gravitational force is a central force. Central force means these forces are acting between the centers of two bodies acting along a straight line. You will be asked a question, what is a central force? So gravitational force is a central force, even electrostatic force is also a central force, right? Magnetostatic force is also a central force. That means central forces are those forces, they are acting between the centers of two bodies along a straight line. So that is what it is seen, is called, in this case we have seen the centers of the two bodies acting along a straight line. These forces are F12 and F21, vector F12 and vector F21, right? Okay. Suppose that F12 when I write, F12 when I write, this is the force acting on 1 by 2. That means from where the force is acting from 2. Force is generated by 2 and it is acting on 1. Therefore, the distance must be always taken from 2 to 1. So that is why it is given as M1 M2 divided by R21. Now R1, because the force is generated by, or force is created by, force is acted by the body 2 on 1. So the distance must be taken from 2 to 1. Right? In this case, what I see is that actually it is M1 M2 divided by R21 square, but I have taken here cube because I have taken this is the magnitude and into, yes, right, I have applied one more magnitude here, R21 one more magnitude, that is why this square is turned into cube, right. Otherwise in the other way we can write this, the same thing can be written as equal to, next one you see, next one is F21, the same thing can be written as equal to M1 M2 divided by R21 square into R21 unit vector also we can write, no problem. When you write unit vector in place of this whole vector, you will place only square. If you use the whole vector in place of unit vector, then you have to write R21 cube, that is the only thing, just like this one. Or F21, F21 is force acting on 2 by 1, from where the force is generated, the force is actually acted by 1 on 2. Therefore, the distance is taken from 1 to 2, that is why it is given here, it is equal to R12 square. When you take a square, you will write only unit vector 1, 2. If you take cube, you will write the whole vector 1, 2. That is the difference, right. So, this is the way how we write the Coulomb's inverse square law in the vector form. Coulomb's inverse square law in the vector form, when you are asked to write, then you will write like this, F12, vector F12 is equal to G M1 M2 divided by R21 square into unit vector R21. That is why unit vector also marked there, then I used the line, right. You can use unit vector. When it is unit vector, this will be R21 square. If it is whole vector, this will be cube. That's only difference, right. Now that coming is acceleration due to gravity. What is acceleration due to gravity? Acceleration means that means when a body is acted on by force, the body gets accelerated. Am I correct? When a force acts on a body, then only the body gets accelerated. Am I correct? When we kick a ball, it is accelerated and it moves forward with an acceleration. Force creates acceleration. In the case of the earth, when we drop an object from a height, it falls down on the surface of the earth, on the floor. Why it is? Because the floor is acting a force on the small object towards it, due to which an acceleration is produced on the object which is freely falling. Or in the other words, we can say that the acceleration produced on a freely falling body is called acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity is a term which is closely related to the earth. We are dropping a body from a certain height, it is falling downwards. Why it is falling downwards? Because earth is attracting it. That means on the body a force is acting. When a force acts on a body, acceleration is the result. The acceleration produced on a body when it is falling down or when a body is attracted by the earth towards it is called acceleration due to gravity. It is denoted by the letter G, right? Small g, it is denoted by small g, and its value is 9.8 meter per second square, 81 meter per second square, or 980 centimeter per second square, right? This is an acceleration, right? In general motion, we have F is equal to ma, but when a body falls under gravity, then the force acting on the body by the earth is F is equal to mg. Due to this force acting on the body, acceleration is produced on the body, therefore force acting on the body is given by F is equal to mg, right? In the case of earth, A is changed into G, F is equal to mg. This F is equal to mg is actually this force of attraction the earth act on any body, and due to which a weight is produced in the body. The weight of any object on the surface of the earth is due to the force acting on the body by the earth. Therefore, most of the time we don't write F is equal to mg, but we will write W is equal to mg, weight is equal to, but that is actually equal to force only, right? So, as mg is equal to F, we can also write G is equal to F by m. So, the unit of G can be what is called Newton per kg, also the unit of acceleration due to gravity. Suppose a body of mass m is freely falling under gravity, then the force of gravity, force of gravitation, force of gravity is equal to is given by F is equal to capital G into mass of the earth, capital M is mass of the earth into mass of the body divided by r square. Suppose that a body is kept on the surface of the earth. A body is kept on the surface of the earth. What is the distance between the body and the center of the earth? That is equal to r. What is the mass of the earth? Mass of the earth is capital M. Any body on the surface of the earth has a weight. Why? Because that body is attracted by the earth. So, any object on the surface of the earth, the distance between the body and the center of the earth is capital R, and the mass of the earth is capital M, mass of the body is small m. Distance between the body and the earth, center of the earth, because it is central force, always we have to take the distance from the centers of the two bodies. The distance from the center of the two bodies is capital R. Then F is equal to capital G, capital M divided by r square. Am I correct? So, this is the gravitational force acting on a body of mass m, right, by the earth of mass capital M, right, and r is the distance between the centers of the earth and also center of the earth and the mere body. So, F is equal to G capital M small m divided by r square we can write, right? By this is by universal law of gravitation. According to universal law of gravitation, when an object of mass small m is kept on the surface of the earth of mass capital M, the force of attraction acting between them is equal to G capital M small m divided by r square. But this force is actually giving weight of the body. This force is the weight of the body. But weight of the body, you know, that is equal to W is equal to mg. Right? Actually, the attractive force made by the earth on the body creates weight on the body. But weight of the bodies most of the time is given by W is equal to mg. Therefore, we can write mg is equal to G m capital M divided by r square. Mg is equal to G capital M small m divided by r square. You see how this small m and small m cancel. We are getting an expression for G here, right? Expression G is equal to small g is equal to capital G small m divided by r square. Am I correct? So, G is equal to Gm by r square. What is G? Universal gravitational constant. M is the mass of the earth and r is the radius of the earth. So, in this case you will see that acceleration gravity is independent of mass of the body, right? If you drop two objects, one is a chalk piece and other is a block of iron, iron block, both are dropped from the same height, both will reach the surface of the earth at the very same time. Why that? Because both are accelerated with the same value G only. All the bodies are accelerated by the same value is equal to small g. So, small g, acceleration due to gravity is independent of mass of the body. This is the class today, and tomorrow we will come with another topic, that means variation of acceleration, the acceleration due to gravity and its variation due to depth and height, right? Thank you very much.